Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for this Charlotte Tilbury one eye, one cheek, one lip. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. If you have been here before, you know I do a one eye, one cheek, one lip with Chanel products. So I pull from the permanent collection and I pair 3 things to put a look together. It allows me to go through the permanent collection and also discover some things that maybe have not been on my radar. So I thought I'd try this with another brand. Charlotte Tilbury has so much to offer and so many products I have not yet had a chance to explore. So I picked up this eye. I included this in a recent haul. It is the Rock Chick and I love these cool tones. So I was really drawn to this one. And then I picked up this shade in Love Glow. And the lip shade is something I'm not sure I actually selected. I feel like I purchased this on accident. I purchased it online, but I thought I'd go with it since I had it. So I'm really glad I gave this a try. So if you'd like to see this look, please keep watching. Okay, the foundation I used, which is the Charlotte Tilbury one, the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, I like to mix that with something that'll kind of make it a little bit more fluid because this is pretty heavy duty in terms of coverage. So I added the Radiance Elixir by Chantecaille. So that kind of made it a little bit softer and a little less pigmented. I also noticed it stuck a little bit to the SkinCeuticals SPF 30, the brightening one I had. So I went in with the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh tint and I just apply it on top of makeup powder, everything. So you can definitely do that in case you have just a few areas like I noticed on my nose, on my forehead. So I did that. And let me know if you want to see it. I've done that several times, but I just thought I'd let you know in case you run into that issue. Let's go in with the eyes, and I got really excited about this one. I am loving cool toned palettes recently. I think it's really nice against my warm skin tone, as well as my very dark brown eyes. So we have here the Rock Chick. I haven't really looked up ways to use this. I just am gonna go in kind of how I normally do. So I'll take this shade right here and place that all over the lid. It's a silver, but it has some warmth to it, which I really like. Yeah, I haven't been that excited about any of the new releases, but let me know if you got any of the new products by Charlotte Tilbury. I was interested in the face palette. It reminded me a lot of the eyeshadow palettes, the Hollywood eyes that she came out with earlier, which some people did not like, but I actually liked them. But let me know if you picked it up and what you think of it. Okay, so there's that pretty color. Let's go in with this next one. It's got some shimmer to it. So very nice, even shimmer on these. Yeah, this will be nice. So let's try this in the crease. Now there's a lot of pigment. I just picked it up. So we'll see how deep it is. I'm gonna apply it to the side first, the exterior, and then blend the excess here because I just don't want it to be too much. So we'll do a nice soft eye for now. And then maybe we'll do mascara and eyeliner here, and then we'll continue to add after that. So I know some people just like to use maybe 1 or 2 shades in the palette. A little goes a long way with this shade. Okay, I'm gonna just use a fluffy brush here. Actually, I'm gonna take some of the powder. I feel like I need to soften that a little bit. So I have the Charlotte Tilbury powder in Fair. I'm gonna add mascara and eyeliner. I'll let you know what I decide on, and then we'll go in with blush and then intensify. All I did was add a little bit of, let's see, well, let me make sure that I don't have mascara on my eyelids, which I usually do. So let's just, usually it's gonna be right here. It touches like right above the crease. Okay. I tightlined with this eyeliner, which is by Chantecaille in the shade Slate, very, very dark gray color. I also went in with Chanel's waterproof eyeliner in one of their new shades, Gris Graphite, right above the lash line, starting here, and then I was just doing a little kitten wing, and then added Chantecaille's mascara, which I love. I also found Beach Rose, so I love these Chantecaille lip balms. They're the, oh gosh, Lip Tint Hydrating Balm, I think is what it says. They have 4 shades. So Beach Rose is the closest one to my lip shade, so I just went in with the Lip Definer by Chantecaille in Natural. If you're new here, I love Chantecaille, so I do have so many of their products to use. And I love this lip definer. So if you're my coloring, it's like a Your Lips But Better. So I just put that on and then went in with Beach Rose because I wanted to do the kind of like stages of intensity, because I know not everyone loves an intense eye, but I wanted to go in with the blush. So I love Charlotte Tilbury blushes. They are some of my all-time favorite blushes, and Charlotte Tilbury is the reason why I layer blushes. I learned that from the format of her blushes. So I'm gonna take this exterior color first and try and just isolate that. So I'm using my Raymor's brush, just getting the exterior there. That's quite pigmented for as light as it looks. So let's see how this applies. I can see if you are light in skin tone, you might really like this one. I mean, I like it. It's got a bit of a glow to it. So really soft, pretty shade. It's buildable. Reminds me a little bit of like some of the recent Clé de Peau blushes I've been applying. 2 of the 4 that I've tried. Very fine glow to them. No substantial shimmer or particles of shimmer. I can see though, if I build this up, I might get some texture here in the front. So there is a glow, but you just have to be strategic about where you want to place it depending on what your skin is like. So I'm gonna try and just not apply so much in the front here. Yeah, I have more enlarged pores in the front, so that's what I'm trying to avoid accentuating. Then I'm going to take this middle shade, which isn't as much of a contrast as some of her other blushes. I'm gonna pop that on the cheek. This is a very gentle blush. I'm gonna swirl them together this time and just see what that looks like. Maybe try and bring that up to the front a little bit, since it shouldn't have as much shimmer. Okay, really subtle blush, which I think is going to go well with the lip because the lip is quite bright. So let's add the lip now, but I just wanted you to see a more natural take on this. I'm gonna add the lip. Where did it go? Okay, so let me just remove this. We're gonna go in with Electric Poppy, and this was a little bit of a, if you saw my unboxing, a surprise to me. I don't even know if I clicked on the right shade, but this came all the way from the UK, so it's just too much of a hassle to return it, so I'm gonna try it. But it's in Electric Poppy, and one of you let me know you really love this one, so I'm gonna be hopeful that it will work. So I'm gonna use the technique I learned from Chanel, where I'm gonna take this and make like an X here to really establish that Cupid's bow. And then down here. Okay, actually, it's playing a little bit better than I thought. I thought it would be like fluorescent. And then I'm turning it and I'm just using it as a liner. Same down here. And then fill in. Okay, actually, that's not like a horrible pairing with this eye because it's cool. It's actually quite fresh and I think works when the eye and the cheek are quite subtle. So let's build this. I don't think I have a lipstick this shade. Okay, so I don't dislike this. I might have to get used to the actual color on me though, because like I said, I don't purchase this color typically, but let's go ahead and build the eye. So we're gonna go in with the palette again, and I'm gonna take this time this color right here. Oh, actually, let's do this. I'm gonna take this color and just bring this underneath first. And I like this because it kind of breaks up the concealer that gathers in that area. And I know to avoid that, you can avoid concealer, but I kind of need it there. It's a little bit red for me. So then I'm going to go in with this deeper shade and just add that to the exterior. So something soft. Now I want to go in with the Gris Graphite, the Chanel eyeliner, and just go in the waterline with this. If you love cool eye looks, then I would definitely pick this up. It's a really versatile one that I've used a lot lately, especially with cool looks like this. So here it is with the Gris Graphite in the waterline. I'm going to add it to the other eye. Okay, let's go ahead and add this matte shade now. We're gonna add that to the exterior. And then into this crease just a little. So there's the difference. I just applied it here and that was it. You can see the difference. And let's take it a little bit more right down here on the exterior. This is a pretty palette. I really like it. I like how the grays are soft. I think that's what I like the most about this one. And now I know that if you watch this channel, you're gonna ask me if I like this better than the blurry blue or the blurry gray. So I'm gonna have to actually test those out a little bit and take some notes. Beautiful. Again, I'm using number 1 to just help me blend here. It just softens it. I could take my eyeliner brush by CHANTECAILLE and just use that in the darkest shade, the matte shade here. This one, and I'm going to just push that against my lashes, outer half. I'm going to do that also on my bottom lashes. Just probably the length of the actual brush. Adding a little bit of Clé de Peau to the corners as usual, just to clean up. Dropping everything. Okay, let me see if I can intensify this blush just a little bit more. I think those of you with light skin tones are really going to love this blush if you haven't already picked it up. Actually, let me fix my hair and then grab a fragrance. Okay, a couple of things I want to do here. I just want to take a little bit of this. I spotted this on a site that it was available for pre-order, not this packaging, but the new permanent packaging. So if it's still on pre-order, or it might just actually be available at this point, I post things like that on my community tab if I see things like this that I know that so many people have been waiting for it to come back. If you're not familiar with this powder, you're gonna see what it can do. I love it for a blurring effect. It just perfects so beautifully, and I actually love using this in lieu of foundation. So just wanted to blur this out a little bit because I felt like the shimmer in that blush brought out a little bit too much texture for me in terms of enlarged pores. My hope is that this will be more widely available soon as well. But yeah, a pair of earrings that I love so much were on half price. So So I put that up on the community tab as well. So I try not to put too many random things that are for sale on there, just things that I know that I love or things that I know that you would be excited about. I actually kind of like this lip, so I'm glad I picked it up. I want to put a little bit more on though, because I feel like I can see through the lipstick a little bit right here on the top. So let me just add a little more. And I love this trick that I learned from the Chanel makeup artist. Just flipping the lipstick over and using it as a lip liner like that, like this. So just flipping it like this to get to the bottom here. I'm so glad I mistakenly picked this up because it is a beautiful shade that I think makes this a little bit more interesting. It's a little bit less predictable. I probably would have put something like a red lip with this, but I think it looks really nice with this lip. Now, the fragrance that I chose is this one, the House of Sillage Whispers of Enchantment. It's one of their newer ones. It has a leather note, one of their new fragrances that has that. Actually, the last three, I believe, are the first fragrances that they had that have a leather note in them. Just spray it. Yeah, I thought this one was nice and sophisticated for this kind of a look, because I feel like this is quite sophisticated even with a bright lip like this. Let me read the notes to you about this Whispers of Enchantment. I think it's available only on their website right now. I know that other department stores carry this line, but I think it's just exclusive for now. So it says, top notes are sparkling mandarin, petitgrain, and geranium. Love all of those. Heart notes, jasmine, grandiflorum, rose, damascena, and wild sage. I think that wild sage makes it different than a lot of other fragrances that I have. Base notes, musk, leather, and patchouli, but the patchouli is not at all overwhelming. But there is definitely a sweetness about this one, and I'm not sure where that's coming from, but there is a subtle sweetness, not, again, super sweet that I would avoid, because I avoid really sweet fragrances. There's a sweet note coming through. And then there's like an edginess to this fragrance, even though it's got a sweet to it, which is what I was looking for in my mind because of the name Rock Chick. To me, that means edgier. So I was trying to find a fragrance that conveyed that as well. Also, I thought of Wonder Woman, but that I looked and is no longer available. Yeah, that Wonder Woman one was a limited edition one. I knew that would go. That is a stunning fragrance if you had a chance to pick that up. Okay, let's talk about the products. I loved this eye palette, the Rock Chick. I think it's a great staple to have in your eye palette wardrobe if you're looking for something sophisticated and cool, but with a little bit of shimmer. Like I said, I think I'm gonna have to side by side compare all of the ones that fall into that category, because now I have several that I love, and ranking them is probably what you'd be interested in. Let me know if you are. I will be happy to do that video. But there are so many beautiful, cool neutral palettes that I've found. Everything blended so beautifully and really easy to work with. So I didn't have any trouble with patchiness or anything like that. And I think all of the shades worked really well together. Oh, I forgot to put this disco shade on. That's right, I meant to do that. So I'm just going to take my, if you've been here before, you know I probably would not really use this because I don't typically wear sparkle, but let's just add a little right here. See how sparkly it really is. Okay, actually, that's not bad. I like it to kind of mesh these together. It kind of blurs that line between the two shades. Nice. Okay, that's probably how I would use it. I actually even liked that shade. Yeah, that's pretty. Just a little subtle sparkle to the eye. If you love Charlotte Tilbury, you love cool tones, I would definitely pick this one up. Then the blush. I think this is a very ethereal kind of blush. It's very subtle on me though, but you can see it. I mean, you can see, especially with the lip, it kind of ties together. You don't see it actually as well without the lip. I think the lip brings it out. So here it is without, really subtle, but then the lip, I think, enhances that. So I think these actually worked quite well together. Would not expect them to, but I think with the eye, everything just worked together really well. Pleasantly surprised with this lip. I've got to think of more ways I would use this, and this might be really pretty with something like a green eye, or gosh, I'm gonna have to think. Let me know how you wear this, if you have the electric poppy shade, because this is like a new color for me, so I would love to know how you use this. But very happy to have that, because sometimes I do get kind of like stuck with picking a lip color, and maybe that's one that would fill that void. But that's it for today's video. Let me know if you like this one eye, one cheek, one lip Charlotte Tilbury. I usually do this with Chanel, but I'm trying to do this with other brands as well. So let me know if you'd like me to continue with this series. Oh, and let me know what you'd like to see if you would like to see this series. Are there specific blushes or palettes or lip shades that you want to see or you want to see together? I'd love to know. But that's it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.